Hello, welcome back. Now in this video lesson, we have seen this example before, traditionally performed, always there. The previous one considered the construction of the lattice and then placing of the multiplicand and the multiplier around the lattice and also drawing the diagonals. This is the actual time for us to perform the multiplication itself using the lattice method. I'm sure you remember this construction. The two columns were drawn. The two rows were also drawn. The multiplicand were placed on top with the most significant number at the left and the next number at the right. The rows were having their multiplier numbers. So the most significant number was on top and then the next number in ones was also placed down. They were divided by a diagonal line. You remember this structure. Now is the time for us to start the actual multiplication. So as we have been doing previously, we will take this 3 and multiply it by this 2 and then also multiply it by this 5. Then we'll come down here and take this 5 and multiply it by this 2 and then we'll take this 5 and multiply it by this 5. So 3 multiplies this 2, the space is here, that's where we write it. And then 3 multiplies 5, the space is here, that is where we write this one too. And then 5 will multiply 2. Of course, its space is going to be here for us to write it. And then 5 will multiply 5 and then the space will be here. As we know already, if you multiply and you get two negative numbers, the one in tens should be placed on top and the one in ones should be placed down. So let's start the journey. 3 times 2 will give us 6, isn't it? So since it is actually what? A one negative number, 0 will be placed at the tens and the ones number will be placed down here. And then here 3 times 5 is going to give us 15. So 1 will be placed here and the 5 will be placed here. Let's see how it is going to look like. Yes, 0 here, 6 here, and then 1 here, 5 here. Because there's no tens, that's why we put 0 here. Let's go to the next one. 5 times 2, 10, and then 5 times 5, 25. So 5 times 2 is 10. The number in tens is 1, and the number in ones is 0. They have been placed respectively at the right places. Now 5 times 5 is 25. So we have 2 for the tens and 5 for the ones, placed appropriately. Now is the time for us to write down our answer from these green numbers that we have written in each cell to get 875. As usual, you bring all the numbers from each space down, but when you see that the spaces are together, they have been bounded by the same diagonal lines, you put all of them together and write their answer down. The same thing will apply to this place. When you come here, here is just one place, just as this one. So you draw this one down. Mind you, we do not start from here by drawing the numbers out. We start from the bottom here. So starting, 5 is the only number here. So we just bring it down. 5. Now the next to go is what? Putting 0, 2, and 5 together. Then, of course, we are going to have 7. So we have our 7 brought down. The next one is 1 plus 6 plus 1. It's 8, isn't it? Good. So the 8 will come down. And the last one is what? 0. Since it is the only number there, 0 is being brought down. Good. Now we have our final answer, which is 0875. Yes, you know very well that the 0 will be ignored, isn't it? But how do we read it? Are you going to say 578 or 075? I said it earlier. Now, we are reading from this part to this part. So we have 875 as our answer, which is for 25 being multiplied by 35. Now let's take a short exercise in this video. You have solved 72 times 33 using the lattice method. Just as you did in the previous video. This one, don't continue watching. Pause the video right now as I'm speaking and then perform it. When you finish, resume it and then you see your answers being compared. Well, if you did it like this, then you are actually doing well. Thanks for watching.